I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut 'em off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance, I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son. Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
Hey, welcome back. Mossy Oak Turkey Season Live right here on the Mossy Oak GO app. It's all free. It's all the best content. It's all the best people doing what you love. And I know you love it or you wouldn't be watching it. With that said, let's jump right in.
We popped into the Nomad camp and we've got Megan and Dylan. They decided to play a couple songs, so we're just hanging out here, catching up with the guys, hearing about their turkey season for the last 2 days so far. It's an absolute blast.
I like my pickup when it's hicked up, gassed up in the drive. A beer can on my left hand and my baby on the right. And hang sounds better on tape.
And there we found ourselves at 1 in the morning. And we gotta be up at 4 in the morning. Oh boy. All right, get you 3-hour nap now. He's coming to my left. He's coming to the decoy. Hey, turkey. Ah, that was cool. I might eat a tomato. Celebratory tomato. Top of the morning to you. Full mark tomato. I got you. Thanks, buddy. Let's see what you're working with, old boy. Oh. Kyle said he needed to quit hunting. He had to go to work. So I got to go to work, so we nailed it by what, 6:45. Not too bad. I'll be in by 7. Thank you again. Yes, sir. That's good stuff. That was one of the better hunts, for sure.
Glorious day today is. Kill turkey this morning, hook this rig up and get on down the road this afternoon for a hog hunt. Dylan's gonna tag along. We're gonna hog hunt, and if I can find a place for a turkey hunt, we're gonna go turkey hunt in the morning. So, good times in Florida.
I don't think that's gonna buff out. Yeah, that's not really what you want. Oh no. If you're gonna drive through a bunch of trees, maybe have people watching you telling you to stop, or get people that are better at warning you. Pro tip, don't do this. It's always something.
So while Zach was doing this, I was showing Mary this video my buddy Noah sent me of a yacht that just got stuck under a bridge in Nashville. And then the next thing I know, we hear tree branch cracking. So I guess I kind of spoke it into existence, which I apologize.
The moral of the story is, it's Dylan's fault.
It's my fault.
Zach can't drive the trailer really well, so we have to clear a path for him.
You be like that sometimes. Going hog hunting. I have no idea what is wrong with that lady.
What she said.
You hate to see
The
it.
lug nuts just broke off of the wheel while we were driving. And luckily Mary didn't get catapulted off the front.
Yeah.
Ever since we decided to come to Monja's hog hunting, things have been on a downward trend for us.
We can stabilize
I
it.
broke the camper, and now we've broke the swamp buggy. But no one died yet, so yeah.
Don't say that, Zach. Don't say no one died yet. I don't know, I always like to look at things half full or half empty. It didn't fall off while we were driving. Nobody's dead. Same thing with the camper.
I said nobody's dead, and you told me that was a bad thing to say.
No, he said nobody's dead yet. I said don't add the yet at the end. Nobody's dead.
Give it a minute.
What rhymes with jerky? Turkey! Turns out Dylan Marlowe's got a spot to hunt in the morning. His boss has come in clutch, which is bloody awesome because we had a rough day. It was off to a pretty rough start, but that's all right. Dallas has come in and Dylan has a spot to hunt. So we're gonna get ready, get a good night's sleep, and go and get that boy a bird. Woo! His first Osceola. Yee!
The second one in the back yawning.
Which one?
I just kept seeing like all of them running through the woods, and I'd see their heads, and then I'd see the strutter and the heads and the strutter. I was like, what the hell? Oh man, I can't breathe. Look at the beard on it. Thanks, Dallas.
Dallas, thank you very much for this bird. This is all you. I'm so thankful. I've never had that much action.
We were in the thick of them. I thought I had a fire-breathing dragon coming down from my backside. I said, oh God.
Dude, that was epic.
The craziest thing is today is a year of my grandma passing away. Hey, Grandma.
Oh,
Well, Grandma was helping you this morning.
Yes, she was.
wow.
That's very special.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Season 2 of the Country Outdoors Turkey Tour is brought to you by Outdoor Channel, Camping World, Mossy Oak, Nomad Outdoor, the National Wild Turkey Federation, Foxtrot Ammunition, and American Strutter. Thanks for watching. Cheerio!
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation Obsession Pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
First time I saw Mossy Oak, I knew that camouflage was special. I don't know, it sounds funny, but I just always had the dream of kind of being able to be invisible, and I realized that it was all about matching up with nature. Whether you're bow hunting, whether you're turkey hunting, or whether you're trying to get a group of mallards to decoy in, getting extra critters, more or less, is all what it's all about. Do we like to hunt Mossy Oak? That's our life. It's what makes Mossy Oak the best.
Hey, coming up next, we're going to be with the crew from Chasing Spring. That's what we all love to do, start in Florida and end in Maine. Sounds like a plan to me.
Definitely gotta get right here. If it works right, you should come right down the road.
Welcome to another episode of Chasing Spring. I guess you boys just left Jeb's, huh? In South Georgia?
We did. Which was, as you know, was incredible.
Yep. Oh man, can't wait to go back.
I know. I already marking that on the calendar
for sure.
Every year, whether they invite us or not.
Yeah.
So where next?
North Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're staying in Georgia.
We checked South Georgia, so we're going to go to the north end of the state, and actually some places that you have up there.
All right. So this is the bird that you guys told me you hunted a property that you'd never been to before.
Never been to.
Yeah, basically drove through the gate.
Yeah.
And the bird was roosted over the gate.
We stayed in a hotel and we went to like somewhere to get coffee, and that took forever. So we're like, we have got to get there. We're running late. Yeah.
We pull in the gate and we're like, you know how you're running, grabbing, hey, grab that. And then we're like, okay, let's maybe just listen for a second. And we're thinking, because most of the property lays back this way, and we're like,
literally just drove past.
Yeah, within 150 yards maybe. And it's, it's still pretty early season, North Georgia.
You
not
can't
near
walk
the
past a gobble. So we're like, let's just try that one.
It's down this logging road, and the logging road makes a bend, and he's roosted just like right off the corner of that bend. We're going down through there, and in my mind, I always want to always want to get as close as you can without going one step too far. And he's like, hey, I was like, what? He's like, dude, we can't go any closer. I'm like, okay.
To hear him back there, but from here we should be able to hear him like really good. Oh, right there. Yeah, he's got him right here. He's just over that land. We should be able to like almost see him in the tree. Yeah, I know he's close. Let's sit right here, just dirt behind. I think that's our only option. Yeah. Definitely gotta get right here. Levy's gonna put out the decoys in the road. We got to make this work right here. It's not the best setup. We got some trees in front of us, but if it works right, you should come right down the road. Let's get tucked in right here. Yeah, this is a good spot right here. Like, I actually have a tree right in the middle of the decoy, so you just plan on shooting for sure. Okay, if he swings up to the right and tries to get up on this ridge, you'll have to shoot him. Okay. Because I can't swing that way. Okay, good. He's just got one. Yeah, he's coming right down the road. Okay. I'm just going to stay right here. He just cut you off again. Dude, he's going to come. Can you see him, Austin? Okay, you see him? Austin. He's strutting, coming right down the road. Got a full fan, good enough for me. He's getting ready to come up here and kill this Jake. If he goes to the right, you'll have to shoot him.
Dude, that was awesome, dude. Chilled them too. Oh, it was awesome.
Woo. I mean, I don't know how lucky we can get all season, but another one right off the roost in Georgia.
In Georgia, man.
I mean, right off the roost.
We were getting set up, and I told you, I was like, I think I just heard him fly down.
Yeah.
And he gobbled on the ground.
We just got the decoys on the
he's
ground.
definitely on the, yeah, he was just right down this logging road. And he flew down and yelped like 3 times, and I was like, I see him, he's in the road. And he just come up here, and I thought he was like, he wasn't boogery, but he was just like unsure a little bit.
Being a typical like southern.
And I wasn't going to give him the chance to get out of here.
Oh, awesome.
We have had like the most.
Like a few days ago, like not even a week ago in Mississippi, we had Lovey killed a turkey right off the roost. And then I killed one right off the roost the morning before in Georgia, and this is another one right off the roost.
It's been unbelievable.
And I haven't killed that many turkeys off the roost in the last 5 years.
No, literally.
And
He like flew down, we yelped 3 times when he was in the decoys.
Turkeys are just right now.
Yeah, they are. And I think that Jibs and that Boss, look at that, he's just gushing blood.
Yeah, torched him.
It was really awesome. And I want to say one thing, that this was our first year shooting Boss ammunition and TSS in general.
Mm-hmm.
When I shot this turkey, and obviously the truth is I shot him at 10 steps. Yeah. And so, I mean, it's
everything pattern's good at 10 steps.
But I never seen blood quite like that. I mean, it looked like you'd shot a deer with a broadhead. There was blood everywhere. I've been so happy with how our guns and ammunition and those chokes have all performed together.
It makes a difference because when you have all that combo and you're that much more confident in what you're using, 100%. It makes all the difference in the world. Because as soon as you see him, you're like, in your mind, you're already thinking, you don't have a chance.
That's right. And if you're sitting there thinking like, oh, I need to hold higher, I'm going to do, like, only thing you should be thinking about is put that bead on the turkey. Not like, I need to aim here, aim there, whatever.
Well, as a call maker and a film producer, it's also really nice when y'all just yelp them right up a road and just, so if y'all could just kind of keep that rolling, this is pretty.
Yeah, the South has been awesome. Now we're going back to Mississippi to hunt again. So,
good. All right, well, stay tuned. We will see you next week for another episode of Chasing Spring.
I'm a run and gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut them off and get in crumb. I can't sit in a trance, I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son.
Out of every 100 Americans steps one who chooses a life of service, who puts themselves in harm's way every day. This series is for them. Welcome to Mossy Oak's Honor.
You know, everybody has their passion in life and a way they get their fix. And for me, it's turkey hunting and making turkey calls. The process of making a turkey call, you know, the fundamentals of it are very important. So you start out with a, square block of wood. From there, you're going to mark your sound holes and prep it and get it ready to put on the lathe to round it out. After you round it out, you're going to start digging into the depth of the call and start making that body like you would see similar to the shape of inside of a guitar. And those depths and those measurements are very important. From there, you're going to start prepping and scuffing up the ledges where you're going to put your glass and your comb board. From there, what I like to do is go out and test it on birds. All my calls are tested on birds, and if I can get them to gobble, and I know that call's sound and it's gonna produce a good hunt, then I know it's ready to ship out. What makes my calls and what I like to produce as a product genuine is the fact that I put my heart and soul into it. You know, I've pretty much come to an understanding of how life is now, and you know, I've accepted it, and my friends have accepted it, and you know, it's just like any other day. But you know, there was a time when I was young, and you know, I was hitting the weights, and I was a big boy, and I was playing sports, and I was running around, and you know, I was hard to keep up with, and you know, sometimes I reflect on those days, and I miss those days, you know, a lot. But the key is just to keep pushing forward and thinking about, you know, the next thing you can accomplish from where you're at. When I went out on that patrol, you know, we had lost Marines that week. What keeps you staying hard at what you're doing is the love for your buddies to your left and your right, the thoughts that you're coming home, and you know, the service that you're doing for your country. For me, that day was no different than any other day. So we went out that day on patrol, and I never felt like anything was different. I never felt like anything was wrong. You know, I pushed into a building and tried to reassess. Upon doing that, you know, I put my teams out and provided security for while we were sitting there. So I pushed out that building, and I button hooked around the doorway to check on some guys that were watching down an alleyway. And as I did, you know, it was just like an undescribable feeling of pressure. I was trying to get up to go check on my guys, and when I couldn't get my feet under me, that's when I noticed that it was me that got hit. The pain didn't set in until about 30 minutes later. I could still feel my legs as they were there, and so I didn't know any different. When I got to the bird, you know, all I could think about was water. I looked at the crew chief on the bird after I had a drink of water. I said, "Man, I'm done fighting. I'm gonna go to sleep now." I didn't wake up till 2 months later at Walter Reed. For me, after you've dealt with a catastrophic injury and you've given a second chance at life, you got to pick up the pieces and from there figure out how to move on. And for me, that was a long, drawn-out process of figuring out how I can find the roadmap back to myself. And I did that through hunting. For me, it was taking me back to where I first started. Because my first bird was an Osceola bird.
There he is. Here he comes.
I try to learn from the best teachers and the people that are out there that are doing the same thing, and I try to, recreate myself in every call that I make. And it's just it's an important process for my health. It's like therapy for me, and hopefully it's a good product for somebody else on the other end of it.
Corporal Christian Brown. Everyone here at Mossy Oak extends their most heartfelt thank you for your service. We are honored to know you.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go find one this morning. Yeah, we're gonna get rough with him. And we're gonna whoop him around a little bit. Huh? We're gonna dance with him. You gonna be ready to come in there with that finisher? I'm gonna do my best. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. All right.
So tired from holding on last night. I mean, it was windy.
Not to mention right before they went to bed, and they endured about a foot of rain.
What's that?
Kuyu coffee mug too?
I got this for Christmas. You like it?
That's beautiful.
That's what happens when
Matches
you do
your
it.
eyes.
Santa drops by, boy. He'll come see you too if you change a few things.
He ain't real cheerful, is he?
Oh. No. He's like that cranky little Keebler elf nobody ever hung out with.
Lives in the tree and makes him cookies.
They don't even let him make cookies. He just sits over and sweeps.
So I was fixing to say he has to clean the window.
That's about all he can handle. They tried like heck to get him in the mix, but he don't want to have anything to do with it.
Give me an update, boy.
Nothing going on here. Trees are bent over.
Wish we could get some phone service to figure out when that wind's supposed to lay down, boy.
I know. That's the problem. You think one of those boosters would help?
I have no idea. I don't even know how those things work.
Joe always talks about, I got my Wilson booster.
Huh. Speaking of boosters, you still have to use one?
A booster seat?
Yeah.
No, I grabbed up. I'm a big boy now.
Oh.
It's all that creatine.
Oh, yeah. That pre-workout?
Creatine.
You got to cut the sleeves out of your t-shirts now?
I do. They're chiseling. I got some big guns now.
You hearing this conversation back here, boy?
Yeah, I'm listening to it. I mean, y'all seen him yesterday. He was walking around. He's like, look at this. I was like, good God. Yeah, then when you took yours off, it looked like the guy from Goonies. You knew what his name was, didn't you?
Chuck.
John.
I said, hey, do the truffle shuffle, Chuck. We're riding in here. He's got on these pleated Doc Martin khaki shorts, Tevas, and his legs are hairy as hell, but he's got a big bald spot right here, and all the hair is in the back of his knee. He do got some big calves, though. He probably can jump, huh?
After all I do for you, you show up with a couple of t-shirts and mouth you up with a piss poor attitude. And I'm like, I'm captain of this ship, loaded it up, and driving it through the glaciers. And what do you do? Casting stones.
That's right.
Better yelp him out. Better go ahead and yelp him out. Give me an update on what we're doing in school.
We're out here trying to figure out what we're doing.
We're trying to figure out what we're doing? You don't think we have a clue?
No, we're learning.
No idea.
We're learning as we go.
We need to get down in this sand and draw us up a play, don't we? Time's on our side right now.
Yeah. You got to roll granny today, boy.
We've been sitting here through this wind. It's like 8, probably after 8 o'clock now. The wind hit a lull, and I yelped and a turkey gobbled, and we think it was out that way. Where was that at? so we don't want to move till we hear from him again. We don't know how far he was. A lot of questions. We just know there's a turkey involved in the equation somewhere now, so we're trying to figure out where and how close and all that good stuff.
I had him right where it's straightened out down the line, but it's hard to tell off one gobble.
Yeah. I think he would strike again if you could, when you called, you were closer.
100%. The problem is there's so much open turf between here and there.
Yeah, but I think if we stay in this chop right here, we can get to that cabbage palm.
Yeah, I
said, don't.
I caught the back of it. I was like,
Whoa. God, man, you know,
huh? It ain't good when the third man in line's one that sees it.
That's terrible.
My eyes is on the road out there.
You almost stepped on it. Good thing he wasn't. Good thing he was on a bite this morning. Otherwise, if he was warmed up, that's all. See that rattle? That baby rattle. Yeah, it's a baby.
Does your place have a lot of rattlesnakes?
Yeah, moving slow as heck. It was too cold.
This road bends back around. We think the turkey dog legs again. It goes this way. We think the turkey's in the road on the other side of those palmettos. We've slow played it because of the wind. We don't want to bump him, so we're kind of sitting back. Gonna sit up on the road, try to do a little bit more yelping.
No telling where he's at, you know.
Huh?
No telling where he's at.
Yeah, there ain't.
Oh, everybody fell asleep. I slept hard.
You gonna get up early in the morning, you gonna sleep in like you did today?
Well, if it's blowing 50, then I'm sleeping in. But if it's going to be nice, then I'll be up. I didn't see you jump out of bed this morning.
When he came and knocked on my tent, it startled the piss out of me.
Yeah, see? And he's got to do all the whole contact thing.
There's a pretty good chance that one of us ain't ever gonna leave this place this week.
Squirrel. Give me a report. Tired?
A little bit.
Why that?
It's been a rough night last night.
How's that?
Beer, I guess.
We had a nice fire last night, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah?
We'll go out here. Put our ears on a couple. What about you?
Where you leafy at?
See the truck right there.
You better get it on there. Whatever it is on them arms ain't gonna cut it. They gonna see that and run like a Dickens.
That'd be a good one.
I'm excited.
Quarterbacking today, aren't you?
You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
ready.
I feel like I'm gonna man the huddle with that.
Yeah.
100%. You know, that's the trait of a good quarterback. He's not just somebody that can sling the ball 100 yards or somebody that's a good dual threat. If you can't manage the huddle, you're nothing. You got to have the full attention of the other 10 guys. They got to respect you. And that's where I strike out.
That's where you strike out.
That's where I strike out. So, boys, I'm heading back to the bench.
Is that an owl or is that somebody?
What?
You've been hearing the machine. No, I just heard something sound. It was supposed to be an owl, but it didn't sound real good.
That's him down there.
See if we can get a little better bearing and put together a plan.
They don't like it breezy, boy. It's always breezy. If I don't like it breezy, you know they don't like it breezy. Think peculiar little rascals. Can't hear, can't see, everything's moving. If we decide to hunt him again, I say we get about a mile closer off the roost.
Let's go find him, boy.
Let's go. The sign is picking up, though.
There it was. Right there. Right there.
I think he was up by the ponds.
You think yeah, I can see those pines. It's probably something like this runs right along that dome right there. Yeah. Yeah. He gave us one, didn't he?
He's standing around in there where he was when he got him.
Yep.
He looked. That's it.
Okay, let's think about this for a second. Let's just play it out. The turkey gobbled right where the big pine trees are right there. He's on our side, boys, on our side. Right there. He's probably been out here this morning. As the sun starts coming out, he starts drifting back in there.
Yeah, because that's shady.
Yep. Wonder if we need to back, make a big loop, get on the, in the cypress string with him and get on the same pine flat as him. Come in on the front side of him. It's going to take some doing, but
yeah,
I don't think you can approach him. There's too much open between us and him right here.
You can't go this way. See if you get around on that way.
You could either go that way or this way.
What's the most convenient as far as the map?
For us or for him?
For us.
For us, it's probably, I think it's going to be that way. But my thing is, I think that if this is the same turkey, he flew down and he's worked that way. So he's probably working up it that way, wouldn't you say?
It almost fits the bill. It would be him, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It does.
I just wish he'd hit one of them other calls. It makes me think that's the only one we're going to get out of him. We just had a turkey hit it. On the other side of this dome behind us, he hit the glass one time, but he won't gobble again. We're trying to make a game plan as to which way we think he's headed and where he came from and whatnot, so we can try to get ourselves in front of him. He'll be a little bit more apt to talk to us. We're walking in his footsteps right now, you know what? He likes this spot. Then we can peek our way through to get to that road on the other side and use this. He's got a foot on him, boy. Just trying to put these puzzle pieces together here. We couldn't really close the distance any tighter from where we struck him at due to the way the ground laid there, but getting through there to get to that edge. Mm-hmm. Maybe flank left here. What you been eating, boy?
Berries. cheese puffs.
Them cheese puffs did him in, son.
Should have brought a bag full of them today.
That's a yogi done that, you reckon?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You've been laying right there where Chubbs is standing?
Mm-hmm.
He don't go far to let it roll, does he? He's a lazy son of a gun.
See how it opens up some.
Yeah, I mean, it necks down a little bit right here. I'm afraid if he's still standing there, it's going to be a lonely cover between him and I. Thing is, you ain't going to hear him from 200 yards now. I don't know what else to do, you know? He probably can't. He dang sure can't hear him.
Still bumping.
On the edge of it, or you think it's going to be better hop it across into the palmettos?
He's right down here, right through his head.
200 yards is where I had him, but that was 2 hours ago now. My guess is he stayed in and around that. We're probably standing in the same place he was when he gobbled. Right there where that road comes through is probably open, and he's probably staying right there with his wind. Must be on the other side of that little... Right here somewhere. There he is. Get your gun. Get your gun. Right straight in front of you, dude. Yes! There you go. Yeah! Golly, there you go. What did I say? I said, he's somewhere, boys. He was right here somewhere.
You know who just called? It is. Congratulations, man.
Man, that joker was business when he came through there, wasn't he? God almighty.
Wired a little bit.
That's a little rooster right there now.
Congratulations, man. Way to go.
He says, get the gun.
I'm sitting here up against that little pine tree. By the time I said, he's either moved, I said, this is where that turkey was at. I said, he was right here somewhere. About that time I saw the big old red head come out. I said, there he is. He said, where? I said, walking right across the front of us. How far was he, 40?
Too.
Ain't strutted a time, has he?
Strutted a bit.
Look at here. 2 hours and, well, let's just say 12 minutes since he
gobbled. That turkey's gobbled one time at us.
He heard all that soft stuff.
Oh, yeah. He was squatted right here. Must have been, you know what? He must have been squatted right here beside these cabbage palms.
I thought he came part from the hard left, didn't he?
Yeah, he came from right here and just walked straight out.
He was walking this way. All I saw was his red head.
I mean, a big old red head, buddy.
Yeah, he looked like he weighed 23 pounds.
I know it.
He did. I had to pull this thing and turn it on. I said, where? I'm standing all three-handed.
I mean, literally, we stood there. He's right here somewhere. And I look up and there at Joker. I said, well, there he is.
What a just fantastic deal. But you know what, though, man? Being patient, but look at the move. Like, had we got lackadaisical and just hit the opening.
If we'd have just hit the opening and walked down it.
Game over.
Got to get in them palmettos with that wind, bull.
Well, he could not see you, Squirrel, when you were there. When you went down and you were getting everything ready. He couldn't have seen you. Heck no, that was beautiful.
And I came up with the thing.
And you drilled him. Yeah, I thought he drilled him. Man, that is a fun day.
Yeah.
We have had, what, one gobble since daylight?
Yep.
Yeah. We gotta go find that shell.
Hey, it's all gravy now.
I still can't get over that.
All right, so we came in from the opposite way of this turkey. We got about 250 from him, hit a glass call, and the turkey gobbled at 9 o'clock. We felt like the turkey roosted this way and was drifting back here. So we made a big loop. I'm talking like hundreds of yards around this thing and got on this little transition line between this cypress head and these pines. So we got on this, when we got on the transition, the wind had done started blowing. So we got about 200-ish from where we thought the turkey was an hour beforehand at that point. Called, nothing, couldn't hear anything because of the wind. So it's now 2 hours since we heard him gobble. Just have to assume he's in the same place. We get in these thick palmettos here because of the wind, and we just start picking our way down them slowly. I'm in the front, I'm looking and calling a little soft, and I'm just trying to wait to see if I can see him strutting. Now, we thought he was out, I figured he was out here with a hen, just fuzzing and buzzing, not really paying much of, attention to anything. And we walked down here, and I stood up. One of those pine trees has a little bit of a root wad coming up beside it, and I stood up on the pine trees, and I told the boys, I said, he was right here when he gobbled, and I didn't no more get that out of my mouth, looked up, and here the old boy came out from behind. I guess he was squatting behind these cabbage palms here. He just came walking out. I guess he caught a little glimpse of something, or he knew something was up, hearing that soft stuff. Walked right out, and Squirrel was able to get his gun off his shoulder and drill him.
That's a little strut right there.
Boys, the calling let us know where he was at, but the strategy killed him 100%.
That was nothing but strategy.
Yeah. Nothing but strategy.
That was being patient. If anybody learned anything from that, be patient.
Mm-hmm. He's in on him.
And don't be scared to use a rally cap either.
Yeah,
did you catch the rally cap?
A couple hours back.
Yeah.
Put the rally cap on about 5 minutes before you struck him. I said, we got to dig deep. Pulled her out.
I turned mine like this.
He turned his sideways. I went full rally. And next thing you know,
hit it, huh?
He hit it.
I wasn't paying attention to y'all. I was all business in the front.
Nothing worse than leaning against a burnt tree.
Nothing worse? Why is that?
All your hat all black.
Oh man, I love when my vest and my shirts are black. That's why I know I'm in good turkey country. You leaning against burnt stuff, you in them, boy.
I would often hunt with two other people. That was fun.
Yeah, that was freaking
Yep. Had some fun with you two clowns down here doing this.
You ain't gonna find two people put up with yours.
Yeah.
I thought I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, now he's on podcasts. He's got all kinds of guys.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's got all kinds of guys beating on his door.
Oh, man.
What are you talking about? Have I not been doing good, boys?
Been doing real good. What you got going on over there, Squirrel? You been digging for something?
Got a piece of beef jerky stuck in my thing.
You need something to clean your teeth out?
Yeah, you got a toothpick?
Heck yeah.
Oh, man, perfect.
He's a walking kitchen aid, isn't he?
Yeah, look at this thing.
What is that?
These are humidor cigar holders. Airtight.
Give that to you, boy.
Oh, look at this guy. You are hot when it comes to hygiene.
Oh, man.
I know. I was come out there out of the hammock this morning. He had a comb, combing his chest hair. Hygiene has really taken another level with him. It didn't used to be that way. I'm here to tell you it didn't used to be that way.
Oh, man, y'all are mean.
Oh, man. Let's light them up, boys. What you say?
Yeah, I didn't mean to jump the gun on that one.
About what? Oh, you done lit yours up, huh?
You wait on the little man over there, you'll end up dead.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
Hey, coming up next, we're going to follow the crew from Spur Season. That's a spring name right there. Check this out.
Rope-a-dope right there, son. Look at that thing, boy.
First morning in Indiana, we found a bird.
Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's show of Changing Seasons. We're going to be in South Dakota with Extreme Dream Outfitters, Paige and Blake Coyman. Take their bows out and kill some great birds. Hope y'all enjoy.
Attaboy, buddy.
South Dakota turkey hunt. This is our third night sitting. We sat one morning, so our fourth hunt. And it's not even 5:30. We looked out the blind, couldn't see nothing, sat back a little bit, looked up. 4 birds right in front of us. So I got a shot at about 12 to 15 yards. And I got a little nervous and I jumped, to be honest. Shot a little far back. And so I got out of the blind, chased after it. Got a good 20-yard shot. Perfect shot. Chased it probably 50, 100 yards. We got our first bird of the year. This is gonna be a good start to a good spur season.
It started pouring here. Weather changed on us, so we're headed out. Still gonna give it a try, but this definitely doesn't help the situation. So we'll get out there, come with us, stay tuned, and let's see what happens. Just let him go. Last night, I had Blake out here. He shot his bird. Shot an awesome tom. Tonight was Paige's turn. We just had him come into the decoy. We don't have a lot of pre-roll. They were on us before we seen them again, but she took a great shot. I'm pretty sure I seen her bird go down right there. I think I saw it too. And then I shot another one that came in. I took about a 40-yard shot. I hit him. I know I hit him a little bit low, but he limped off right over the hill over there. I think we got a good chance of recovering him. I think we just took a double. That's 3 birds, 2 nights, all with the bow. And this happens to be Paige's first bird. She's never killed anything with a bow. She's been practicing shooting every night. And that's the start of our spur season. We have been hammering them. We've been on birds every day. It does not get any better than this. Spending this time in the blind, we got 3 of us tucked in this little blind. Spending this time together has been absolutely awesome. We haven't been the most quiet. We've had our good times. It's been fun. And this is what matters. Just get out here with your kids, have an awesome time, and from now on, join us with the rest of our spur season. Got all kinds of blood. Good job, Paige. That girl. Nice job. That is perfect.
This is amazing.
That's awesome. Good job, man. This is what spur season's all about. Getting in the woods, getting after good birds like this, and just, I mean, for me, it's time with my kids. I mean, turkey hunting's awesome, but doing it with your kids, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, this has been the absolute top hunt of my life right here. Having both my kids with me. Being the last 2 nights, both my kids have killed a beautiful turkey. I've been able to be part of it. It's on film. We've got these memories for the rest of our lives. Well, last night, my daughter ended up shooting her bird. We actually ended up shooting a double. I hit a bird, we looked at the footage, the shot looked perfect, the arrow looked good. We watched him limp off. I didn't take after him just because I knew my daughter's bird was laying there, and I probably should have. But unfortunately, we have not recovered this. During the night it rained here. It started to rain and sprinkle here again a little bit. And we have scoured this entire place, looked under every stump. I mean, it's thick, so I mean, I'm sure this bird just buried himself underneath, or the coyotes got to him maybe last night too. I'm not sure, but unfortunately, this is one of those things that once in a while it happens. Right there's my bird. I'm punching my tag. We're done for the season with archery. We've got a bunch of tags left here in South Dakota yet for shotguns, so we may try taking a couple of those birds with our bows, but we're going to head out west, see what we can do, put a few on the ground with the guns.
Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
You know, I think it was Mark and Terry Drury did a video one time on turkey hunting called The Last 100 Yards. Maybe I'm wrong. Could have been the last 80 yards. But you hear about it all the time. Man, I got that thing. He got out there, and I could see him every once in a while. He's at 100 yards. He's at 80 yards. Couldn't finish it off. That happens a lot. To me, that just screams you sat down in the wrong place. Now, this is a dying art because people depend so much nowadays on decoys, and that's cool. You put the decoys out and all that. The art of where to sit down to a turkey is kind of getting lost sometimes. To me, you got to sit down where he can't see a lot behind you. What he's done, more than likely, is he's got to a point he knows exactly where that yelp came from. And he can see all the way through, all the way behind you. And he could see if there's a hen back there. He don't see a hen, he's gone. That's not because he's particularly smart, it's because they're extremely wary, and in nature, the hen's supposed to go to him. So 9 times out of 10, when you couldn't close that deal, couldn't get him the rest of the way, you didn't sit down in the right place. You sat down where it was too open. You got it on the right tree, but it wasn't in the right place. The first time, one of the first times I went turkey hunting, I had read a book, and I don't remember where it was, but the first thing they said to do was sit down against a tree that's wider than you are. Well, I heard a turkey gobble, and by the time I found a tree wider than me, I was 500 yards from the turkey. So you can't always go by the book. But remember, try to find a spot where he can't tell behind you that there's not a hen there. That's usually why they won't come all the way in. Coming up next, we're following the Lindsays. And no, they're not chasing deer, they're chasing longbeards. Check it out.
White and blue head beards and spurs. When he flies off the limb, I'm gonna rock his world. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die.
Well, we are here. So we're gonna get in here, get unpacked, get into bed, and hopefully wake up to some gobbling turkeys in the morning. Looks like we're waking up to some rain, but hey, we'll be turkey hunting. I'm gonna put this in this is yours. Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, it started raining the minute we got out here. It's quit momentarily, but it's supposed to get a pretty good storm here in a little bit. So we're gonna stay next to shooting houses. That way we won't get drenched and get the camera equipment all soaked. Just in case, at least we got somewhere to hop up in.
Man, we're getting soaked at the moment, even inside this redneck. But we're gonna stay here for a little bit till it passes. Maybe we see one or something like that. At least be dry for now.
Yeah. I wish I would got that decoy out behind us, but the truth is, he probably would have been over here beating on it and we didn't even know it. Yeah. Ain't no doubt he'd jump on it. His head just changed. Got their attention that time. Yeah, you got big boy. Alright, you get your butt shot, didn't it? The hen sound like a chicken. Yeah, you done made them mad. They gonna take him away. That turkey there. I don't care who you are. So that was one of the craziest turkey hunts you can have. We're in that blind, and we had a longbeard and his 8 hens come out, wet as a rat early. So basically didn't shoot him. He didn't gobble. Another longbeard came out, ran that one off. I don't say ran off, we can't figure out who ran off who. They both left. And either one of those or a different bird came from behind us. We kept calling. He steps out at 20 yards. And I'm not gonna say we didn't shoot him or past him, but we were waiting on that bigger bird and Kyle wasn't really on him, so we pretty much passed 2 turkeys this morning. Both of them within 15 yards. But we're sitting in that blind, and that's not really how we wanted to kill one, so.
More or less trying to stay out of the rain, right?
Yeah. We were just trying to stay dry. It was fun. It was fun, but turkey's one of those things, you just shoot to shoot, what fun is that? They gotta get you going. We'll pack it up, go get some lunch, and get after them this afternoon. Hopefully the sun will come out. It is probably 10, 15 degrees colder than it was this morning. And I wore some thin stuff.
trying to run a gun on them, but it keeps raining on us. So we're gonna go sit up here in the redneck blind that's on the ground and wait this rain out. Should be gone by another hour or so. Gotta be a bird closer. It's not gobbling. Things impossible to know where they're at. Not responding to calls, just end up. Can't say that I blame them. Here in this redneck blind right here. There's been 2 longbeards in here about every afternoon. Were they in here this morning? They were at 1 o'clock today. But they weren't in here this morning. They were here earlier. We just eased up the field. There was like 6 hens. And they eased off. And once they eased off, we got in this blind right here. We keep having to bounce in and out of these blinds because it keeps raining. Not Austin's typical way of hunting here. Ours isn't really, but you gotta stay dry. Keep the camera gear dry, that's the main thing. She might not be by herself. Eventful first day. We did see a ton of turkeys, and we even seen some longbeards in range, but we told y'all about that earlier. Tomorrow though is going to be different. It's cold, sun's going to be shining. I say cold, it is pretty cool right now. Sun's going to be shining. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong. Alright, we're on this pretty pipeline, right? This is the pipeline, ain't it? See if we can roost one. That's what they sound like. That's a good gobble. Based on that gobble, probably 10 and a half, 10 3/4 on the beard, about 1 1/8 on spurs. He ready for bed. We'll see you in the morning, buddy. Trying a different decoy this morning. That was our luck. That was our deal out of them lucky decoys. Well, they come right here, they have to cross water to get here.
No, they ain't gonna cross water to get here.
They ain't gobbled much since hitting the ground. Is he breaking? We're gonna pull that double. You wanna do a double? Ready? Hold on. Ready? Oh. Oh. Lord help.
That was awesome.
That was cool. That was cool.
That was bizarre. Okay, we were running a little late. We come in here. Those two birds were strutting. One of these birds was breeding a hen right off the roost, and they had 1 or 2 hens up there, and we spooked a hen walking in out of the tree, and they gobbled. Then there's another bird gobbled over here. So we got right here, and we just figured, hey, they're not going to leave these hens. And so this other bird steps out on the power line and starts strutting. So we start yelping at him. Austin's just standing up, and then he's like, oh my gosh, he's coming. No, they're coming. And they went around that ridge right there, came off that hardwood section, and ran to the decoys, hardcore. I mean, and then they get in the decoys, and it's like, I mean, because this one was getting scared. I was like, well, do I need to shoot him? Is he leaving? But it was like he was just kind of like trying to intimidate him or something.
I mean, I know when you shot, this bird had his fan up to my face, and our reaction, I think, pulled off of your shot, and that whenever he spun up,
You shot like a shot gobbler. They were probably born together and died together.
Mossy Oak, we like to consider ourselves to be a growth company. And the best part about our kind of growth is you generally get back more than you put in. And it looks like we got a pretty good crop.
Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
Let's see your skills, Cam. Show Brandon your skills. Oh, so close. Got it.
Got one.
Got it.
Here you go, since you're a baby. Here, you can have that ball.
Okay. Thank you.
You're a baby.
Oh no. Annual trek to Kansas has begun. We're heading west to get after some gobblers. We're heading out back to hunt with our buddy Jordan in north central Kansas. Pretty cool area. We've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now, and it's just a great, awesome place to hunt turkeys. We had a good few days in Nebraska not too long ago, and we're hoping to kind of continue the streak. Missouri doesn't open for another couple weeks, so we're trying to take advantage of these early archery seasons and do the best we can to get after some before the shotgun season's open. When it comes to turkey hunting, you would be hard-pressed to find a better state than Kansas. Not only are there a ton of birds, but the early archery season gives us a chance to be the first ones to chase them each and every spring. No luck this morning. We set up on this gobbler that we roosted last night, and he flew down. Not exactly sure what happened to him, but ended up having another gobbler come in behind us, skirted us, then had a jake come in and a hen, but we can still hear him gobbling to our south, so the sun's starting to pop a little bit. I'm sure they're going to be out and about. It's just beautiful weather, so try to get over there and maybe get on the little birds.
it's frustrating. He did not want to play. The hens answered right back, but he kept on going. They wanted to get away from him, and he chased them off right behind us.
There are so many factors that go into a successful turkey hunt, but a very determining factor can be the mood of the birds. Sometimes they just aren't as aggressive and not willing to fight, which usually has us switching up our decoy setup. We just spotted some gobblers down here in the bottom. There's two different groups. One gobbler with a bunch of hens and then another group with a couple gobblers, looks like. But we're looking at the onyx, and I think we can get around to the south on some ground that we can hunt, because it looks like that flock on the left is heading that way, so we may be able to make a play on them.
They're right here. Joe, quick, Joe. Oh yeah, there's the gobbler. They're coming around the corner. Joey.
Oh my God. I cannot believe that worked. Joey, are you okay? Joey's bow is laying right there with his backpack. He's hunched over, facing the other way. I can hear him like groaning as this bird's coming in. My chair's behind me, but I can't even, I wasn't even sitting in it. I was sitting here on the ground. Joel's laying there, just straight on the ground. His backpack's laying out. Everything's laying out everywhere. We got so lucky. We were like halfway set up, and Joel's like, "Don't move." And like, I luckily was sitting here with my bow. But literally, as the hens were there, I turned on the remote hens, grabbed all my stuff, and like was able to knock an arrow, turn my sight on, get ready. And finally he committed. He was not real aggressive at first. He wouldn't quite fight it. So finally he turned just enough for me to get drawn. And I was kind of getting hit by the sun, so I was worried about it. But Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm so excited to see the beard.
He's solid. All right, let's see it. Brandon said he has it. Brandon said from the truck, dink. He's got a dink of a beard. Oh, wait a minute.
Is it split? No, it just broke.
Oh, it was one.
It just broke.
Oh, not as cool as we thought.
Oh, whatever. I think we'll take it. We earned this one.
It looks cool as heck, though.
Oh, pretty solid too. Pretty heavy. That'll go down as one of the craziest bow hunts I've had ever. I mean, it actually doesn't look that terrible with the backpacks laying there, but it was.
Oh yeah,
it crazy.
Really doesn't.
I think it was just the shadows and stuff. And he had the sun hitting him. I don't know.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. That was a team effort, and Joey, I'm sorry you didn't get to witness it all because you had to.
And you had to listen to me going.
I literally was like, Joey, are you okay? Because you're like,
I was trying to reach for the remote.
I was like, no, you don't need the remote. There is simply nothing that can compare to the excitement and intensity of bow hunting. Fooling these animal senses and getting them to close the distance to within bow range is extremely challenging and honestly only half the battle. Even after managing to get to full draw, you still have to remain calm, focus, and have your arrow meet its mark. It's a challenge that is not easy to overcome, but one that is unbelievably rewarding in the end.
Just a little small baby.
Do it. John Brandon. You'll like them snakes, huh, John?
We're hanging out in the pasture like princesses.
Wonderful.
Hey, coming up next, it's Family Tree. That's got a great ring to it, don't it? I hope there's a big gobbler roosted in your family tree.
Every tree draws its strength from its roots. For a tree to grow to its full potential, it needs fertile soil, the right amount of water, and strong roots. The same is true for our family tree. The Mossy Oak tree is our logo, but it's also a symbol of who we are. In this episode, we dive into the family tree of Lanny Wallace as he takes his oldest son, Hayden, on a turkey hunt that he will not soon forget. Welcome to Mossy Oak's Family Tree.
Well, I really didn't start turkey hunting until I started working at Mossy Oak. But man, as soon as I got down here, heard about, how fun turkey hunting was, I had to try it. So I was in college over at Mississippi State, and there's a lot of public land access around, so got to spend some time in between classes, if you will. There weren't as many turkey hunters back then, I guess is the best way to put it. There was a little more freedom to roam and access, and I actually learned everything, in the woods right there in those public spots. So it's a real special place, for me. And not only turkey hunting, but again, there's something about those public turkeys that just, is just really great. Hayden, he spent a lot of time, in the woods and on the water with me. We live in a pretty cool little spot, and I've got access to public water and public land right there from the house. So, he's been in stride with me the whole time since he's been old enough. I probably had him out on the boat the first time when he was 2, I imagine. He was catching flatheads, or we were catching flatheads before school when he was in, pre-K, and just on and there. So he's always, been my outdoor little buddy. There's no question about it. At the end of this winter, all of a sudden, he said, hey man, I want to go turkey hunting this spring. He hadn't been turkey hunting. He got excited about it. It was youth season starting March 8th, and we talk turkey a lot around the office, needless to say, and there's a couple other guys, I won't name any names, Riley, that likes to, public turkey hunting too. So either way, we were just kind of talking amongst each other, and he knew about a spot that got, really close to where I started turkey hunting. They got a lot of pressure during the season. He had been in there early and heard a couple turkeys gobbling and thought it'd be a pretty good spot to start out since we had a kind of a week's head start on everybody. When you go in the woods and you don't think things are gonna work out, and they just do sometimes. And that's kind of what happened this morning. You got him. I can't believe it. How many did you see?
I couldn't count them.
We're actually hunting on public land. We're getting youth season in Mississippi, so got some good recon from my buddy Riley Payne about where some turkeys were. And we came in here, of course, you know, where we thought the turkeys were, they weren't. But we didn't get discouraged. We decided to loop around and just ease down this road enough. Well, we saw them before they saw us, so we backed up, popped a little blind up, threw the decoy out, and, you know, yelped a few times, and here they came. It's really special to me because I killed my first turkey on public land, and I wanted, you know, Hayden to have the same kind of experience. Didn't expect in 100 years it would work out this morning.
You know, as soon as he shot, I still can't believe it. That's what everybody tells me the story at the end. I'm like, I can't believe it, but, you know, it all is a blur at that point, honestly, and, you know, you just gotta throw your hands up and you know, just give thanks and rejoice is the best way to put it for having that experience and it all ending well. I've always tried to be real careful not to force the outdoors on my kids, but, you know, to see Hayden's passion, you know, during that hunt and now after the hunt, you know, it's all he's talking about is, you know, turkeys, 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 turkeys. It really, you know, it's really cool for me as a father and as a turkey hunter. You know, to say what I do and what I'm able to do for a living and allowed to do, you know, day in and day out is a blessing, would be an understatement to me. And, you know, to be able to experience that with my kids and my family. I mean, my wife, you know, she loves turkey hunting as much as I do. And be able to, you know, our whole family, you know, do that, it's a real blessing, you know. It's one of the main things, and it's at the core of, you know, what Mossy Oak is and what Mossy Oak stands for. And, you know, again, I just can't reiterate how, you know, cool and what a blessing it is to be able to spend time, you know, with your kids, with your friends, with your family, and the whole time, you know, not get trouble at work either because they understand exactly what you're doing.
At Mossy Oak, our family tree is the most important aspect of who we are. Taking the time to nurture and care for that tree makes the foundation for strong roots. As the old saying goes, you reap what you sow.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut them off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance, I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son.
Okay, here we go with our 5th installment of the Avian X Turkey Tour. We're going to my home state of Iowa. Wade's up to bat, Perry's up to bat, and the turkeys are absolutely reading the script. We try very hard to get the best turkey footage of anybody in the industry, and this show is exactly what we try to accomplish when we go afield. Check it out.
All things line up for a good hunt. Can Mr. Batten get it done?
Hopefully. We're gonna find out. Wade's behind the camera, it ought to be fun.
Good morning. Good morning. It's turkey season.
Finally.
We've been waiting a long time for this.
Absolutely. It's a national holiday. Midwest turkey season's open up today.
Yes, sir.
So we're excited. We are en route south.
We'll meet you at the farm.
Okay, sounds good. We'll head down into that bottom with the decoys and the blind and stuff, and then Coondog and we'll be up in that tower blind so we can kind of film a wide view, and then you guys can, jump in the pop-up.
Yeah, hopefully they roosted down there after feeding all night in that nasty weather. But it didn't really feel that bad whenever I walked out of the house this morning. The moon's shining bright, clear as a bell, so.
Maybe they'll do it.
Yeah, we got lucky with the timing of the front, certainly. High pressure today, over 30, so our fingers are crossed. I have a feeling they'll do it. We're in a good sheltered spot, so.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to it. We'll see you guys there at the cabin.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Wade said it don't feel that bad. Wait till he's sitting in that blind for about 2 hours.
We'll see.
Turkeys roosted right here. 2 gobblers already pitched out. They were in that tree right there. But I just made 2 more gobble that are right there. Blinds there, the decoys are out. There's a turkey putting at us right here, which could be one of them. Got it. While we're set up here, this bottom field, it's opening day of Iowa's turkey season. Birds gobbling off over across the field, so fingers crossed they get down and it'll come to the AVNX decoys. The Winchester's loaded and ready to go, so it turned out to be a lot more beautiful morning than the weather said, so it should be fun. Hopefully I get to kill my first Iowa longbeard. Alright. Wade and Perry are in a muddy blind. They got the decoys out. Dog and I are filming the wide view. I'm going to do some aggressive yelping because these birds are off this field a little bit. I'm going to try and put them into this field. I want to be the first hen on the ground. Try and get them down into this cornfield.
I want to be the first hen on the ground, and I'm yelping on a couple new diaphragms from HS. One is the Tongue Cutter Plus, the other is the Ghost Tongue. It's called the Drury Outdoor Signature Series. You'll hear just a little bit more about it right after Perry's kill.
Mark's working them in here. They all got down off the roost and went to the north, but this field wraps around, so hopefully they come and check the AVNXs out. There's a hen. Hey, right there behind her. Yeah. Longbeard. 2 of them. Go ahead, ease the gun out. And just stay on the whole time.
one. Go back together. Whenever you're ready. All right. That right one? Yeah. My first Iowa turkey is on the ground. That was something. They came in here with a head. They were hesitant at first, but they just couldn't stand that avian X. They had to come up here and beat it up. That was fun. Wait, oh, nice work, buddy. Yeah, thank you, sir.
No, thank you. Good job, bro.
That was so much fun.
That was a cool to see from our perspective, you know. Like, that was really fun to watch.
Unbelievable.
Well, last night the weather was sleeting, 32 degrees, windy. Mark and Coondog, Wade and myself split up and checked some different fields. And Mark and Coondog saw some birds in this field and decided to give it a shot this morning. It's 25 degrees, a little bit of wind. The actual wind chill is 13 this morning. Just because the forecast says bad doesn't mean you can't have a good hunt. When these two birds first came out in the field and we first saw them, they were slicked back because they were cold and just eating, but they got up here closer and saw the Avian X Jake, and their head color changed and they strutted right in for us, and they beat him up a little bit.
Awesome stuff, buddy. Congratulations. That was so much fun.
Mark, Dog, Wade, thank you, everybody.
Good stuff. Perry killed one this morning. Wade's up to bat in the morning. You know, when you're roosting turkeys, I always like that period from sunset till about 30 minutes after sunset. Here in the Midwest during the spring, I often hear the most gobbling between 8:15 and 8:45. Generally, their feet are on a limb by then, and you gotta have enough light to where they still feel comfortable to gobble, like it represents the morning when they're gobbling good. So keep that in mind when you're out roosting. Pow, right on top by the food plot. Couple, three of them up there. Right on top of that ridge. We love it.
This is a 3-reed call, very thin reeds. Most importantly, the spacing with those reeds is very tight. Thin reeds, spaced tightly, give you a nice high-low break, and they're also easy to blow. That helps you get very good sounds with very little air. That's one of the things that we wanted to concentrate on with this entire series of mouth calls. Looking at deer casts, it says great today. If you were deer hunting, high pressure, tail end of a front that blew through yesterday, you would say it is great. Well, I think this holds true for turkeys as well. Anytime I see that pressure really high, especially on a frosty morning like the one we have today, a deep, deep frost, they generally gobble quite well. They'll even gobble well in the fall on a high pressure frosty morning. So we've got a great plan laid out. Wade's up to bat. Perry's going to try and film his first kill ever for Drury Outdoors, and then Dog and I are going to provide the yelping behind them. These birds are roosted south of us. Wade and Perry will be between us and the birds, as will their decoys, and we'll see if we can make it happen this morning over the decoys. I'm excited about this morning because we got high pressure, we got frost, and we got the 4 amigos going out for the second day in a row after these Iowa gobblers. You gotta love spring turkey season here on the tour.
Good morning. We just crawled in the blind. We've had some intel of birds being out on this clover field. We We got Mark and Goo Dog in the box blind above us about 30 yards away. So Jack, gotta love Iowa. These turkeys are finally on the ground. It's broad daylight out. They're just not gobbling like we want. I'm gonna go ahead and test the waters, see if they'll answer. If they don't, I'm gonna wait till they start gobbling better on their own because they do have a head with them. If they do charge up, I'm gonna start going from head to jig, make it sound like there's a jig up here. Mark did a small sequence of calling and it seemed to charge them up pretty good and hitting everything he did, so they know we're here now, so maybe they'll show up. They're getting closer too. I think we're in the chips now. Are they alone? Yep. I'm live.
There is just nothing better than multiple hen sounds. I'm running those new HS mouth calls, Wade's running the new Final Roost pot, and these two big eastern Iowa longbeards are committed and about to put on a show.
They're in the field.
We try so very hard to get the best turkey footage in the industry within the AVNX Turkey Tour. The decoys help us, the point of view cameras help us, and this particular sequence that's about to occur is just amazing. Enjoy the sights, but listen closely to the sounds these turkeys make in and around these avian decoys.
Perry. Down. Alright, here we go. Boom, Perry. Holy cow. Unbelievable. They came in here so close and so quick. Man. That was a black. He's still out there. We'll let him ease off so we don't booger him. Yes.
Nice 3-year-old, I'd say at least.
Yeah, probably.
Good
Nice.
Good turkey. They're all good when they're like this,
They're all
Mark.
good. You got your hands around them.
That was awesome, man.
23 degrees, and these guys just put on an absolute show.
You know, I put on the Facebook Live, I said everybody needs to enjoy a cold frosty with 2 hot gobblers coming in. Well, we had a cold frosty this morning now. That was awesome, wasn't it, Perry?
Yes. They come flying through all Perry's windows and da-da-da-da. Yeah. So we had Dog and Mark in the other blind.
All kinds of angles, and just warmed us up pretty quick, you know?
It sure did. It was so much fun, and this Winchester just did an absolute number on them.
Man. Well, congrats, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks.
Okay.
That was good. Awesome.
Deercast is giving you the chance to hunt with Mark and Terry Drury. Head over to deercast.com to enter.
You know, when they talk about mighty oaks growing from acorns, we've got a pretty good idea what they mean.
So as turkey season rolled around, I was super excited, and I decided this year that I was going to try to shoot one with my bow, and I wasn't going to hunt with the shotgun until I could get it done with my bow.
All right, hey guys, I'm out here. I just got my new arrows cut and the inserts glued in. Today is Saturday, and youth season started yesterday, so we've been out. We took Faith out this morning and we saw some birds, but we couldn't quite get it done. But I'm out here. I'm sighting in these new arrows. They're the same arrows as my old ones, so it should be on, but I'm just out here making sure that everything is still good and dialed in. So we're gonna shoot for a little bit and see how we're doing. They're all definitely at least in there. So I'll probably shoot it one more time and see if some of them are still hitting low like that. And then we'll go from there, and then I'll probably move it into 10 yards and see where I'm hitting at there.
So the first several days of season, I was going out before school, just trying to see if I could get it done early. Usually in the beginning of season, that's whenever a lot of people have luck, so that's what I was shooting for.
It is opening morning here in Iowa. We got set up here. We were a little late. We had to get gas. I guess it's about 30 degrees this morning and some snow mixed in.
we almost didn't come this morning. I've hunted the last 3 mornings and it's been super cold. And we haven't heard a lot of turkeys, but
the wind's blowing so hard you can't hear hardly anything.
Yeah.
So going into the weekend, Dad and I hoped to get a little bit more time out in the field instead of having to go to school every morning, basically right after sunrise. We'd have a little bit more time to maybe catch a gobbler after the hens go to nest.
You know, we had some crazy weather. We had 12 inches of snow yesterday, and now it's 62 degrees today and muddy. And so we're hoping maybe something's gobbling tonight. We're gonna pop up the blind, and I don't know if we'll hunt it or just pop it up, but we're gonna see if we can't roost some birds and see what's going on. Maybe we can get back over here in the morning and get Garrett on another one. So we're gonna go over here and see what we can do.
So Dad and I went in the morning to the blind that we had set up the night before. We heard the birds gobbling right where we had roosted them the night before, perfect. So we were hoping to just call them right off the roost. Unfortunately, they flew down and continued to gobble, but they were just working up and down this draw that was on the property that we couldn't hunt. So we were just gonna hold tight and see if eventually they would break away and come over to us. So as we were sitting there calling here and there every once in a while, we looked down and saw these 2 turkey vultures. Well, there ended up being a hen right down beside them too. So that hen finally worked her way up to our decoys, and she gave us a lot of hope. She was calling and kind of talkative, so we were hoping that maybe having a live bird in the decoys would call those birds over to us. So the live hen ended up working off. She went over the hill, which was kind of good but kind of bad. We wanted her there just as a live decoy basically. But she worked off away from the birds, which was good because we didn't want her to go over there and be a fresh hen for those birds just to sit on. But we decided, we were like, well, they're just sitting over there, we may as well pack up. So we started packing up our stuff, and Dad was like, I think we should call one more time. And he called and a bird responded. So we decided to sit there for a little bit longer, and about 15 minutes later, they were right at the fence. They crossed the fence right into our field, and we were pretty sure we were gonna get a shot, or at least an opportunity. So as the birds went through the fence, there actually ended up being 2 toms. One would not gobble at any of Dad's calls, and the other one was gobbling his head off every time Dad hit the call. But they came out about 45 yards, and they just kind of skirted us at about 30 yards all the way around us. And I was hoping that they'd come up into the decoys and I could get a shot that I wanted at 10 yards, but they weren't, and I felt comfortable shooting at 30 yards, and I thought that that was going to be my last chance. I drew back my bow, made sure Dad was on him, and that was whenever the real circus began.
How far? 30. Okay, shoot one. Go get him. Go get him. Oh, hurry up. Run him down. Run him down.
So I shot him, and Dad goes, you gotta get out and chase him down. So I jumped out of the blind and went running down this cattle pasture, and the bird actually ended up flying across this little pond that the beavers have made. So I ran across this beaver dam. I got up to the bird, and right whenever I went to grab him, he took one flap forward, and my hand slid down and ended up pulling out his whole entire tail fan, which made me pretty sad, but I was excited to have my first archery bird down.
Of course, right into the beaver dam.
It's a good thing you're a track star.
Man, I about ate it. Here's this fan. There's not enough feathers there. Woo! First bird with the bow. Oh my goodness.
So after I got my archery tag filled in Iowa, my dad and I got invited out to Wyoming by a family friend to go chase Merriams. So the season was supposed to end on May 20th, but due to COVID, they extended the season. So that gave us some time to go out and chase these Wyoming Merriams.
Welcome to Wyoming.
So we're kind of going in blind on these birds, so we got on our hunt stand. We looked at the aerial maps and found this ridge that we thought we could get up on and see if we could just hear some birds gobbling in the morning and kind of give us a place to start. So we ended up setting on this bird that we heard gobbling, and he was on fire. He was gobbling and gobbling. Every call we made, he was gobbling back to us. So he ended up flying down, and we heard him working up this, there was like 2 ditches right there, and he was working up the further one. And we actually ended up seeing him come around the corner and went down in this little dip. And he worked this dip up, and then we saw him through the trees, and then he was right at our decoys before we even knew it. So this Tom came in full strut, ran straight to our premost decoys, and he ran up and spit and drummed right at that Jake, and then he kind of picked his head up like he spooked a little bit, and he turned around and then came right back to the decoys, and I decided that it was going to be now or never.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, that was like textbook perfect. We came in this morning and we planned on walking back to like a big overlook, and we were gonna look down in that little valley and see if we could see something. And we got about halfway or 3/4 of the way, just right here, and we heard the tom gobbling right down in just right down this little ravine. There we have it. Tagged my first Wyoming bird and my first Merriam ever.
So after I killed my first Merriam, I was super excited. That was an awesome hunt. And I was ready to be the cameraman and see if we could get Dad on the bird out there. So we went out hunting the next couple days, but unfortunately we just couldn't get it done. We had some close encounters, had some jakes up close, but couldn't get a mature tom in whenever we needed him. So hopefully next year we can go back out there. We got a little bit better idea of the layout of the land and where some birds are, and we'll see if Dad can redeem himself.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation Obsession Pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
Straight. Can you see that? Like you see that ball bar fence over there in the far corner?
Okay, what pole are you looking at the 3?
No, I'm not looking at the pole. I'm looking at the far side tree line. Look at the tree line. Just scan that tree line. You'll see 3 birds. Y'all see that fence go back to the right about 50 yards.
I can't really tell what they are.
Man, what light? I told y'all 3 birds just come out right there.
Is that his house back there?
No, that's the neighbor.
That one's a gobbler, I think. There's 3 hens, but the gobbler's behind him. He's just inside the woods.
The one with the back to us?
Here, let me look.
He just come out. There's 4 now.
Yeah, I don't want to get out the truck and booger him.
They're all out now, but his head's down. Just want to give him a minute. I think he looked bigger than the rest of them.
Yeah, he said there's one Jake, he said.
Turkey on the right's got a red head.
Yeah, I see that. They're 15 miles away.
Yeah, the night was off to a rocky start when we walked in this bar. And I had no idea it was gonna go this far.
So, Mr. Stanton?
North Zone opener. Let's go gaffer him. Whoop up on one. Let's do it.
Let's go whoop up on one.
Well, it's hard to see her hop up in a Chevy, guess she went ahead and cast the first stone. With my heart covered in dust as she kicked it up.
At least when we get a freaking guidance, we gotta get the people to the people. Because what's gonna happen, we gonna walk 50 yards right here.
You'll see him flying like a quail. Hey, having a video like this feels nothing.
Oh yeah. Out here with Logan Cook on Youth Weekend.
This morning's been a little difficult. The wind's been ripping harder than I said it was. So the birds aren't really being, well, they might be being vocal, we just can't hear them.
We got a hustle.
I mean, they're gonna stay on that road. I'm just gonna leave this dude right here. Go. We're a little charged up. We trying to get Gary on his first Osceola. Headed in here this evening, and
I mean, feel that? That wind's died down a
the
whole
wind
bunch.
has died down. But we also just got this on camera.
Now we just got to get him on the tailgate. You see me?
On the tailgate.
Slow evening, but we were coming out peeking this potato field, and there's a couple strutters out there. So Gary's eased on up, and we're about to try to sit back here and maybe back home up this road. Here you go, Gary.
I got him good. No. Down. Oh, stop. He's coming to you. They're all coming. don't have to kill him at that distance. Think you can kill him at that distance? Oof. Nope, nope. Oh, I'd kill him. You can't kill him right now? Yeah, he's a longbeard. Tell him to kill him when he can. He's a longbeard, buddy. He's down right now. He's up. He's a longbeard. Tell him to kill him when he can.
Kill him when you can.
Kill him.
No, you're not gonna kill him.
Oh, kill him. Kill him.
Gary was like 15 yards from us. That gobbler was probably 40, 45 yards from Gary. But I guess where he was sitting, he couldn't see through it. It might have been to the right of where he was looking out. But we're close. We peeked out here. Gary did and saw him down there. And then told us, and we kind of, Gary went up a little bit in front of us in case we caught him down this little road. This levee on the side of this potato field. And we called like twice. And he came walking and caught him again. And he kind of come trotting across them bean roads, or them potato roads. But we think when he turned, he went down, stayed in one of those little ditches. We can't see his hand. Went down the other end of this field. So hopefully he roosted over there and we can come back and kill him in the morning. It's been a tough time here in Florida. Bad, bad weather. Finally got some good weather. We've been grinding it. It's bad weather, rain, wind, so we finally got a good one. So hopefully they come. Hopefully it works out.
Watch them. It's like straight 4th of July. We're sitting here. My hand starts tree open. And Jimmy's over there bombing fireworks like it's 4th of July.
Dude, we can't win.
And they didn't respond.
Golly. Gary's mad as a hornet.
someone had just had an awesome roost hunt. So what do you want to know?
What happened to us?
Well, as you can see, we have a sunrise finally, and there's no wind at all. You can hear all the birds. You can hear that crow out there. Well, perfect morning. We're sitting here. It's about to get goblin time, we feel like. And all of a sudden we look over that tree line right there, and some guy just blew up some fireworks. I guess he didn't like us being here in his spot or something. We apparently had permission to be out here is what Logan told us. But I think those were the warning shots, I think. So the next ones I'm gonna be ducking, so it is what it is. But if we kill a turkey, we're gonna light some fireworks, I guess.
Hopefully we really have permission to be here.
Hey, but I mean, you can use that to your advantage on the fireworks go off. Like that could be like your caption for this video, or the little what is that called? The little headline.
What do you do? Huh? What do you do? Say, I went to put my drink down in this console here. I didn't know it was only a half of one. All right.
What's up, Mr. Austin Seals?
What's up? What's happening? I'm gonna get after him. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Big hope.
We got a turkey goblin. It just cut over. Hunter's easing on down. See if you can get a look at where the turkey's at. They sound different. You got a turkey on the other side of it. There's like 3 or 4. Yeah, there's 2 that way, 1 this way, and 1 on your right shoulder. That turkey's on the ground. That gobble sounded different. Yeah. How big is that cut over? How big is that cut over? Really? But there's little patches everywhere. Yeah. I think we could make moves in there. If you can get to that next head, you might be able to do something. I'm not positive it was on the other side of it, but I'm pretty sure it's just a part of it. Yeah. And it's just kind of sectioned off. I got an idea where they're at. I just don't know a route to get them back. I thought any second they would come around that little clump right there. Pretty. I was like, I was focused on it the whole time. Yeah. I thought it was game over. He just gobbled.
fell in the game yet.
Oh, yeah, the new Curtis Goblin does, but he's not interested in it. He just won't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any hens either.
Yeah. That's why I think if you let him get over the hill, ease up to the edge to where, you know.
Circle and somehow get them.
I'm on it.
Son. Hey. That was a long morning.
Worth it. This close to all the new deer. That's like shooting.
This was really the plan in the first place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Behind this pile right here.
That's like the first thing we wanted.
It just took us an hour and a half to get up here.
We lost the pile, lost the bird.
We started them this morning. We started way over there.
Put that on your. Pull the truck up on your arms. I have no idea. Let's see how far we train. I'm so turned around right now. Truck's that way. That way. But we bounced.
Yeah, because there's those pines where that one bird was roosted this morning, I think.
And we bounced from the opposite side all the way down to here, hit several different heads and came down.
We ain't half a mile from the truck and we probably walked 2 miles.
You see him?
Let me see him, dude.
Pretty bird.
Oh, yeah. Dark bar on him, too.
Yep. Yeah.
Pretty turkey. I'm glad they finally started acting right, dude. It's been a struggle.
Yeah, this morning. Yeah, they were gobbling everywhere this morning.
We heard at least 3 or 4 group, well, you know, different turkeys, I guess.
And I was not expecting that angle. And I don't know that it was not more. They just moving.
Right.
These moved pretty quick.
They did. But they also sat in one place for an hour today.
Oh, yeah. I never, that was the first time I saw him move. The hat. The what? The hat. The hat. I went 2 times and filled the morning out again. Really? Always wear the solid.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Gary gave me a Spring Legion hat, but I hunted like 5 days, didn't hear a turkey, so I took it off.
I have a solid bottom line.
Yeah, that's the one he gave me. I need one of them mesh bats.
Yeah.
That was fun, man. Hey, heck of a shot, dude.
Hey, well, I hope you enjoyed Mossy Oak's Turkey Season Live right here on the Mossy Oak GO app. That's the coolest thing ever. It's like I said, I'd pay for it, but it's all free. Those people on this channel, they know what they're doing. I actually learn a lot. I watch it close. I watch all of them. Old Dave Owens, all those guys, I watch them close. You can learn a lot, and it'll make turkey season seem less far away depending on where you're at. So, hey, next week, right here, same place, Monday night, Mossy Oak's Turkey Season Live.